How you doing? How are you doing today, guys? This is Peyton, CEO, founder of Blended Strength. Um, I hope you guys had a good 2025 Soviet year so far. Um, there's just give you guys a little life update. There's finally a light at the end of the tunnel. Um, regarding the case regarding family court. Um, holy shit! It's about fucking time that this shit happens. Like, Jesus Christ. Yeah, so so the case still continues. However, once that, a motion for a hearing is gonna be happening pretty soon. Um, I'm gonna be guessing that it's gonna be sometime around the next court date, which is like next month in February. And what's also been going on too is that one of one of the boys, Kyle, we've been friends for like 12, 13 years so far. If I had to guess that correctly. So if I lose, he will be taking over the guardianship, which means is that which means is that he will make sure I receive full and won't be fought over by anybody. You know, and if he accidentally fucks me over or whatever, we settle it like men. We talk about it along with a sparring match. That's literally it. That's how men respond. And regardless of the situation, is that Kyle and myself are gonna be getting a house together. It's it's gonna be posed as a rebuilding house. So what that basically means is that um, it's gonna be a crib that we both get that will be under our names. One so just and we'll be there until both of us or one of us can safely say, hey, we're back on our feet. I can move somewhere else. And what within if I win, I receive a full refund with a possible 25% interest rate. If I lose, Kyle takes it over, and um and I go live with him. I win, I go live with him for a little bit. So either way, I'm still either way, I'm kind of fighting a winning battle. Just and then so pretty soon is when I'll full. So pretty soon, hopefully pretty soon, is when I'll be able to start lifting full time again. Lately, what I've been doing is just been doing some calisthenics along with some um kickboxing home workouts as well. So and then if I'm not doing any of those, it's just more mobility training. I like to make sure that everything is is right and feels right and stays right. You know, at Wind and Strength, what one of the plans is that, like, I'm making my first announcement under Wind and Strength. I will be the first person to have a housing unit along with a gym that will be built. So, for instance, just like how at school, where there is a special, where it's called a special, not the retard school, but the special school where all the troubled kids that keep getting in trouble with the law or whatever. So instead of them going to that special school where they're just gonna be more prone to still go on that bad choice route or whatever, or down that bad road, they're gonna be living with me on the property. So in other words, they would have to wake up at a certain time. Their first run will be at a certain time. Their first lift will be at a certain time. Their first boxing session will be at a certain time. Their first meal will be at a certain time. And then they go to work at a certain time. And then they don't arrive home at a certain time. And it's a repeated cycle. And what I'm also going to be doing is that I am going to be, whenever I start hiring employees, is when it's mainly going to be either veterans or ex-cons. And what I mean by ex-cons, I mean like the ex-cons that are actually trying to do better versus the ex-cons that say it but don't want to do it. You know, and then homeless people. Like, especially those single moms out there that are trying to raise their kid right, who end up who are homeless. You know, that's kind of like my way of trying to give back to humanity, because like I feel like even when I'm 28 years old, right? And I want to say from my experiences in lifetime, is that I feel like over the past 10, 11 years is when I feel like that a lot of us has lost hope in humanity, because all that we hear about is the wrong choice was led by the wrong person, and that right person was under the wrong influence, which is why we have so many fucked up human beings in human civilization. You know, but let me know what you guys think about that in the comments, and let me know if you guys feel the same way, or how long do you think that you guys have lost faith in humanity for, and how long do you think that this has been going on? You know, as far as Trump being president again, I believe that America is right back on track where it's supposed to be going. Under the Biden-Harris administration, like, under that leadership, we're pretty much asking for total destruction. It's gonna, like, a total apocalypse. Like, everybody will, I want to say that if Trump did not get elected, we would have already had Russia blown us up. You know, and we do not want people like, and we do not want that to happen at all. You know, to anybody. You know, I mean, I do believe that, I mean, if it, like, the way that I kind of like to lead is pretty much the same mindset how the mafia runs. I'll give you a quick example. If you look at places throughout the world, if you look at other countries, right, and look how they are run, even when they are supposed to be a communist or a communist country or a democratic country or something in those natures, right? Russia is a great example because, like, I mean, I personally have not been there myself. You know, however, is that after looking deeply into how that is run, even when it's a communist country, it is run by the mafia, and so the mafia. So it kind of makes you wonder what. So I'll give you a step. How is it that, like, since we're a free country, right, and land of the free, home of the brave, whatever. You know, if you look at places like Russia, how come they have a less crime rate than America? Why is that? You know, it's because whenever that, like, it's because when we let the wrong person go loose without and be like, oh, you can behave, okay, you're free to go, and then he ends up shooting some random person that day and nobody gives a fuck. Do that in Russia, your head will be fucking cut off within 2 hours at most. And like for the people who voted for Kamala, first of all, what's her greatest accomplishment? And number two, did you guys know that she's involved with the Diddy case? So you can even look this up too. So, like, when Diddy was on the up and coming, Hugh Hefner was working on his downfall. And so Hugh Hefner was also mentoring Diddy. You know, and two, is that even when Diddy had that one chief payoff on his payroll in California in around 2008, I want to say. Kamala Harris, I like to call her Camel Harris. Camel Harris was the California state senator during that time period. And she, the chief who was on Diddy's payroll, met on several occasions, including that even Diddy and Kamala even had several occasional meetups as well. So you can bitch at Trump all you want, but like, if you look at the fact that who spits more of leader, it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to figure out. If you still believe that Kamala is a great person after, even when she let thousands of illegals and criminals walk across our border into our home, she's just as bad. And if you think that like Trump shouldn't be president because he's a convicted felon, then neither should Camel Tell, because she's part of one of the biggest fucking cases in America that's going on right now, and that's the Diddy case. But like, yeah, I'm just glad that like things are going in the right direction. I'm gonna be working on my comeback in professional powerlifting once that this case is settled, and once that my boy Kyle and I get our house together. You know, like, you can touch about my friendship all you want, right? But people like Cody and Kyle, and for people like my boy Cody and Kyle, you know, they are the OGs. You know, like, I can't tell you how many times that all of us have equally needed each other, and all of us have equally came through for each other. Like, when my parents like kicked me out for chasing my dreams, Cody took me to work that morning, and he paid for breakfast, and Kyle made sure I got to a hotel where it was also close to work. And that was actually the first time that Kyle and my parents met. Actually, it wasn't that they kicked me out. Some of these jobs, so the reason why veterans, homeless people, and as scientists, mainly the people that I gonna be taking on as employees, is only because, is that, like, think about it this way: think about if you're a veteran, you come back from war, you come back basically being Rambo all day, you know, trying to find like normal human decency again, and nobody's able to take you on, or like or say that you come back, you're not really mentally back right away. You know, you got like at least 3 years of PTSD that you gotta fight. So, and then like that goes with the same thing with S-cons. Like if you're, I mean, think about this. You're trapped in a fucking 4x5 cubicle that's shared with 2 to 5 people at once, sharing the same bunk beds, the toilet, and you're basically in the middle of a cat nap. You're in the middle of a deep sleep while like your roommate is taking a dump or beating his fucking meat. You know, and like, or say that like you're sleeping and somebody tries to fucking stab you. In a small fucking space. Yeah, sure, like, they're both not the same. Yeah, if you look at a veteran and an S-con, both are not like the same scenarios, right? But like, they couldn't share, but like at the same time, they couldn't share any more similar characteristics with one another. You know, so like, the whole point of that is to make them feel like that they do have a second chance at life. You know, they do have a chance to correct all their faults. They do have a chance at life to make it. You know, like, they were just under the wrong people, under the wrong guidance. Once that they feel that they can trust you and know that they feel that like you have the best interest for them, they may not like you, but they will damn sure respect the hell out of you and will protect you if it comes down to it. You know, yeah, like, yeah, I do. Yeah.